Alrighty. My name is Gage Claude Gibson, and the reason why I chose this activity to do here, I chose this activity because it's a little goofy. Yeah, making a wrestler out of your favorite historical figure. But the reason why I chose to do this was, in my mind, you got to kick off the school year with something fun, and this is out of the box. When kids, they get in there like, oh, just another class. This is what I thought was something. It's not going to apply to everyone. Not everyone's going to have per se like the most interest in it, but it's something different. It's out of the box, and something that I thought was really important about it is that it takes into account visual and kinesthetic learners, because they're visualizing it, they're seeing it when they look up stuff on the internet. For inspiration, they're looking at things, and it's kinesthetic because they have to write it, they have to draw it, and it really allows them to take control because as you saw my family members, as you will see my family members will do, they'll go a little hog wild with this. It takes a second for some of them, for two of them, but it's fun. I think it's something out of the box. That's the biggest thing here. Spice it up a little bit. It's not just like write me a paper on your favorite historical figure and tell me why you think that they are cool and why are they important. It's like, no, I gotta get these people to do something that's out of the box. It's kind of fun. So that's really the main thing. It is pretty silly, but I think it's a good way to start off, to kick off the year. And preferably what I will do is I will present this at like the end, either at the end or the beginning of a class period, just so that the students can get time to think about what they want to do, and so that they'll be like, hey, I want to do George Washington, and I'll put a cap. I think about like 2 or 3 of the same historical figure, just so that we don't have like 10 JFKs or like 6 Obamas, something like that. I don't want a lot of repeats. I want this to be unique. And I know that's going to be hard for some of my students. I understand, but there will be a cap. But I will help them, where I can. That was my inspiration behind this, and the reason why I wanted to do it. As the video that I recorded, as you'll see, that's the reason I want to do it, because it's creative, it's outside of the box, and my family is pretty good at giving me a hard time, so it kind of made it unique. It was definitely something unique. I would have loved to do this in class, but unfortunately we can't do that. But hopefully this will suffice, and hopefully I did a good job of doing the assignment and showing this, and along with this I will put a picture. I'll put a picture of the rubric itself that I used right after this video, as because I'm like, they're gonna be in chunks. But anyway, I hope you enjoy. Welcome, class. Mr. Gibson, please put your phone away. We'll be able to use that in a bit.
You want to use this footage, right?
What?
Huh?
We're gonna be able to use that in a bit. So, welcome to World History. My name is Mr. Claude Gibson, and to start off the class, I know it's the first day and it might not be the most fun thing to do, but what we're going to do is, it was on the syllabus the other day. I kind of put it in your guys' brains think about, but we're going to start with a little activity. I have the rubrics here. So you were supposed to think of your favorite historical figure, and so I will pass out the rubrics here. So the activity today that we're going to do in class is you're going to turn that historical figure, your favorite historical figure, you're going to be turning it into a wrestler, like in WWE. It's going to be like that. So you'll have the creative freedom to make your wrestler however you want. And the criteria is on there, the requirements. I'll go through them a little bit. You gotta have a wrestler name, everyone had, like Stone Cold, Steve Austin, you had Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So you gotta make a kind of like a little funny name for them, something that makes them unique. You gotta give their backstory, which is basically just give me a summary of who they were, something important that they did, why they're important. why they're your favorites. I need to know why you picked them and why they're important. They need to have, you need to draw it. You need to draw your figure. It doesn't have to be good. I'm not grading on drawing because trust you me, I can't draw either. As we'll find throughout the year, I can't draw either. And then you need to have a signature move and their signature song. Every wrestler has a signature move that's like kind of like their own. It's what they're known for. And every wrestler has an intro song. It's like signifies when they're coming out. It's special to them, makes them unique. So that's what this activity is. And since there's only 2 of you, we're going to display them in class. So hopefully you don't have any stage fright, although I understand. Is there any questions on the assignment? Any questions at all? Anything?
So name,
have
their special move, and
you have to have
their intro song.
You need to have a backstory.
Oh, backstory.
So you need to have give me some information about them, why they're important, what they did, and you can add something in there about why you picked them.
Does it have to be fictional or non-fictional?
They have to be. It's your favorite historical figure, so it has to be. It has to be real. Someone from history.
To a point, because they're a wrestler, right?
Well, you have to say for example, if you pick George,
He became a wrestler.
No. You just have to be George Washington. You can be I picked George Washington. He helped lead the American Revolution. Helped us fight the British. And then you'll be well, I picked him because. Blank. But you have to give me something important, why they are important. And you can use your phones to look up songs or look up inspiration. Obviously no direct copying, but, I don't expect you guys to just think of something incredibly unique right off the top of your head. That's a little bit unnecessary or a little bit unrealistic. So use your phones, pick the songs and stuff like that. And we'll share the songs in class when you guys are done. I'll give you guys about 10 minutes or so to work on this. Don't forget, you need to draw it. Doesn't even need to be good. Any other questions? No? All right. Well, I'll get back to you guys as soon as you guys finish up with that. All right, class, we've hit about 5 minutes left to finish up the activity here before we present. How are we doing?
Awful.
Doing awful? Why is that?
Feeling terrible under pressure.
Well, hey, it's all right. This isn't for big old grade. This is just something to help us kickstart off the year. So don't worry about it too much. I know it's easy to say rather than to do, but it's all right. How about you, Pamela? You doing all right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Any questions on the grading or anything? Oh, you're done?
Done.
Did you draw it?
Yeah.
Don't forget to draw it. You have to draw the person. Okay. All right.
Impossible to draw.
Okay. Well. All right. Well, that's okay. But just know that you are being
I'm not getting graded on my drawing.
You're not getting graded on your drawing, but you are getting graded on your creativity. Yeah. So if it's a stick figure, you have to make it, stand out some way. It doesn't have to be super detailed, but if you just draw a stick figure with 2 eyes and a mouth, then
it does say drawing will not be graded on.
Drawing will not be graded on, but creativity will be graded on.
But you can't
it doesn't
grade
say
someone's
that in the directions. So you can't for that.
You can't grade someone's creativity though. That's not right.
Yeah, you can.
This is constitutional rights.
Okay, well, you're disrupting the other student. We can have this constitutional debate later in the year, but for right now, just know that you're
have this debate with my lawyer.
So you're a high school and you have a lawyer? We're in high school. If you got
My mom's lawyer.
Well,
My dad's a lawyer.
okay. Well, we'll have that discussion when we get there. Please, let's not disrupt the class for the others who are not done yet. But okay, if no one has any other questions about what you'll be graded on or anything, I'll let you guys take out this last couple minutes and finish up your projects and your activity. All right, so we're all ready to go here?
Yeah.
We got everything ready? All right, so since Pamela finished first, you can go first. Make sure you have your song at the ready. And I know normally we would do this as like a thing where like I would have given it to you last class, but we had that assembly. I didn't really have the option. I didn't really have the time to do that. Anyways, I would normally give you more time, so I'll be more lenient with the grading here, so it's not too strict. And I don't want to come off like the beginning of the year, like, you know, making you eat nails for breakfast. So, Pamela, if you're ready to go ahead and get your song ready, and we will be ready. Do you mind if you hand me your scoring guide so I can grade that as we go here? Thank you. All right, so we are. Yep, just give me a second to here. All right, and we are ready when you are.
What am I supposed to do?
So, just present your wrestler to us. Give us his name.
My wrestler is Lincoln the Abolisher.
All right, I like it.
He is famous for the Gettysburg Address and famous quotes like the fool. I don't remember exactly what it was, but you know, he's full of famous quotes. He's also famous, of course, for freeing the slaves, and he was one of 4 presidents who've been assassinated. He also, which something I didn't know until I was doing this research on this for this paper, was that he was inducted into the Wrestling Hall of Fame. Apparently, he used to do some wrestling and was pretty good at it because he had super long arms.
Ooh.
I wasn't playing my music. His signature move is the arm twist.
Ooh, okay.
Because, you know, he's
He's
got the long arms. Mhm.
Okay.
And his signature song is Freedom Slaves by Tesla.
Okay. I like it. And did you have the drawing correct?
There's my
Okay.
drawing.
Show this to the class. We'll go ahead and push that closer to the camera. See it? Yeah, he's got these little stick figure dudes. He's got the long arms. Okay, I like it. Thank you. It was a really good presentation. Thank you, Pamela. All right, and I've got Pamela's graded here, and I'll record giving them their stuff back. But got this graded, and now on to Eric. We've got Eric's wrestler presentation. Let me go ahead and just set up this camera up here real quick. Yeah, we'll put it a little bit farther away.
Not so close.
Okay.
So close.
Well, that's the best that we've got right now, Eric. Okay, so Eric, go ahead and present yours whenever you are ready. Don't forget to have your song ready there.
All right.
So ready whenever you are.
Let me turn this up a little.
Okay.
Turn that down a bit so you can hear me. Huh?
Okay. So let us know about your wrestler.
My wrestler is based off of John Fitzgerald Kennedy. His name is John No Brainer Kennedy. He was the former 35th president of the U.S. He ran in office from January of 61 to November of 1963. He was assassinated during his 3rd term during the Cold War on November 22nd, 1963, at the ripe age of 46 years old. One of his most famous quotes was, "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." My song is "We Didn't Start the Fire" by good old Billy Joel. John No Brainer Kennedy's signature move is called "Lights Out."
Okay, I like it.
My drawing is this. That's my wrestler.
Well, we've got him on there, and so I see he has some like splash coming out of there. I can guess what that is.
Yep, he came back from. I'll show the class. He came back from the dead.
He looks like Mr. Krabs.
This is my perfect Larry the Lobster drawing for certain things.
Okay. Thank you, Eric. And I've gotten Eric's graded here.
What does that have to do with anything?
He names a bunch of presidents and then
Shit, four. Does he name presidents?
Means people.
Oh.
Okay.
There's presidents.
So we've got Eric's graded here.
I think I contributed to, he's, well, I don't know.
All right. So
I
so
think
before
he was,
before I
fire, he caused his assassination because people didn't like him
all right.
because he was trying to war.
People did like it.
So
The government didn't like him.
all right. So guys, have your things graded here. Whoever gets voted on for the best presentation will get. Happens to the best of us. They will get a piece of this watermelon licorice candy if they'd want so. So, do we? I'm guessing that we both think that each other's like Pam. You probably think that yours is the best out of the two. Pamela, my fault. You prefer you think that yours is the best out of the two, and Eric, I'm guessing you think yours was the best out of the
I
two.
prefer to call Eric with a K.
All right, Eric. Okay, so thanks for that. So we're gonna vote on these. If you think Pamela's was the best, raise your hand. I figured. If you think Eric's is the best, raise your hand.
Raise your hand.
If you think Eric's is the best, raise your hand.
That's two. 1, 2.
Okay. Well,
How smart?
since we don't have a tying vote, and it would be a little bit unfair for me to try to pick favorites.
Teachers need to do that.
So, well, I'm not going to be that kind of teacher. The other ones that you have in your other classes may, but I'm going to try to be down the middle. So I will go ahead and give you back your scoring guides. Here's yours, Pamela, and here's yours, Eric. I didn't fix the K. I understand that you want that. But
Hey, good grade.
What did you get?
22 out of 24, but it's not 100%. Grading me on my drawing.
I did not grade you on your drawing. So is there any, does anyone have any issues with the way that they are graded?
Yeah. Hold on.
All right. Well, Pamela, I heard you say something. What did you have a problem with?
You didn't like my drawing?
I did like your drawing, but I was grading it on creativity.
This one.
I was grading on creativity. Don't beat yourself too much up about it.
Yeah, this one.
Well, hey.
Rachel in academic honors.
You know what her dad's gonna do to her?
I promise you, Pamela, that 1 point is not going to hurt you very much in the course of the semester. Eric, do you have any questions about the way you were graded?
Yeah. How was my wrestler not historically accurate? The picture's accurate. The details accurate. The name's accurate. I
Picture-
mean,
I thought it sounded accurate.
So that was more for the relation. I love Billy Joel. You're not going to find me fighting you on that one.
Yeah.
However, I think that's part of a creativity thing as well, where yes, it goes through a lot of stuff that was going through the 40s, 50s, and 60s, up to the 80s. But if you want me to review it, I can definitely do that. But for the relation, I like the song, but something more, maybe perhaps American, could have worked there. But it was a good song. I thought it related well, but not quite good enough. So, anyway, that's class today. Next time we will be starting on the Bronze Age. So have a nice rest of your guys' day.
I'm drawing this class.
Hello, my name is Gage Claude Gibson. This is the second part of my rubric / activity assignment. So this is my one of the rubrics we had to record, like it being in progress. For this rubric, this is just like us describing it. So this one I have is called PowerPoint Shuffle. My idea behind this one was that anyone can make a PowerPoint, and it's a kind of boring. But what I would do is I would have my students. What they would do is they would color code their slides. So like, for example, if you have like a James, Ryan, a Nick, and a Matt, James will be in red, Ryan will be in orange, you know, Matt can be in green, Nick can be in blue, you know, they would color code it to say like, hey, this is mine, I made this. And so I'll be able to grade them on their individual slides. And what I would do, and by the way, I should mention, this is going to be in groups of 3 to 4. And then what I would do is I would randomly select, I would be like, all right, hey, you know, group, whatever, you guys go up there and present. And it'd just be like a slide. It would be 3 to 4 slides in total, just about what they thought the most important thing of whatever we're covering in class is. And what I would do then, I'd be like, all right, so whose slide is that? And then they'd be like, hey, this is my slide. And I'd be like, all right, hey, you're not going to present that. We're going to have Nick present Ryan's slide. And you know, I'd randomly select who would present each slide. The goal for this is, I wouldn't tell the students this beforehand, but this is just so that whenever students are making their slides, and it's all going to be on one PowerPoint, they're talking to each other, they're teaching each other their slides, why they think that they're important. You know, they're going over things that were covered in class, and this is kind of nice because they get to make something. They have some freedom with it. It's what they think is most important, and it's important because they're teaching their classmates. One of the best ways for students to learn is to hear it from one of their peers. Obviously, yes, it's good to hear it from their teacher, from you. But if you can have your kids, if you can have your students teach other students, it's going to do a lot. It's also going to reinforce their own information and learning on the subject. So that's kind of like the basis for this. So we have the assignment. Students group will each create their own slide about something in our class. I need to add more into that. Actually, I'll do that right now. My apologies. Be just a second. For a second. What I'm adding here is that then, when called upon, each student in the group will present someone else's slide. So that's what I've added here. It's a little bit, I understand this is a little bit janky, but you know, this is working as we go. And so then we have the evaluation checklist here, points received and possible. It's going to be 25 total points of possible here. Finishing the slide, students will have completed, will complete their slides. Grammatical errors are always the best. So yeah, this is just 5 points. Either you did it or you didn't. Understanding, the students show complete understanding of the information from class. This is basically just like they get what was said, and so they show their understanding by being able to put it into a slide. This also works because students that are presenting a slide that is not their own can show their understanding of the class by being able to describe it. In the presentation, students are able to present the information from their peer slide in a smooth and concise manner. This shows that, for example, this shows that Ryan was able to explain his slide very well to Nick or Matt, whoever's going to be presenting it, and vice versa. Matt showed his slide very well and explained it very well to Nick and Ryan, and Nick showed his to Ryan and Matt, just as an example here. That's what that is. That's why the presentation is being created for 10 points. It's part of understanding. Those two kind of go hand in hand. If you don't understand the information on the slide, you're not going to be able to present it very well. And yeah, that's this rubric scoring guide for this activity. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope this was a good idea. I thought it was a pretty good idea. Thought it was something interesting, putting a twist on something that's otherwise pretty mundane. But yep, that's that.